How far would you go for Jesus? I mean, and I made that literally. So I just got back from a 2-week trip to Uganda, and I felt like I was a tea bag steeped in holiness and the love of Jesus there. That was such a good Catholic Christian country. It was amazing. Anyway, I went there for the feast of St. Charles Lwanga and the Ugandan Martyrs Day. If you're not familiar with it, you need to be. I believe that the Lord is highlighting them because what they did is um, giving their lives up rather than succumbing to the king's advances for homosexual sex was very, very telling. And they died gruesome deaths. I could go into it here, but that's not the purpose of this video. So every year on June 3rd, they have a shrine, Namungongo, Uganda, where um, everybody, everybody comes. And people come from every part of the country, the north, south, east, and west. And they walk to the shrine, and there are 1 million people there. Look up an image, and you'll be stunned. Because what happens is people come from every part of the country on foot. And these are poor people. These are probably lower class people for the most part, because what I found out is the people who had regular jobs couldn't take a month off. But the people who live the furthest away started walking sooner. And some people were, some groups, some pilgrims, it would be like, your church, St. Stephen Martyr in northern part of the country, would be walking for as much as a month to get to Namungongo, the shrine, on June 3rd. And when I got there a week in advance, there were already 3, 4, 5,000 people there. And Father John Baptist, who I was with, was like, here's some pilgrims. We'd drive down the street and you'd see a group of pilgrims, and they'd just be walking with very little. They didn't bring change of clothes. They just brought their mats that they were going to sleep on and water bottle. I saw very, very little. And I asked Father, how do they eat? How do they, whatever? And he said, well, they go in their churches all along the route, that they would have plans and they'd stop and they'd eat. And then they'd go to another one and they'd sleep, and they just would keep going. So I live in Virginia Beach, and that would be like, it takes a 3.5 hour drive from my house to Washington, D.C. And it would be as if people from D.C. walked here to Virginia Beach, and it would take about a month just so they could honor God. Just so they could be there on June 3rd and honor God through St. Charles Lwanga and the Ugandan martyrs. I have videos. I can show them to you. I'm pretty low tech. But to see the hundreds and hundreds of people, priests and bishops, right there on the shrine, holding Holy Mass, and to look out in that area, thousands of people, 10, 20, 30, 50,000 people right around us, like a stadium. And then outside of there on the grass were these pilgrims who had been sleeping there on the grass every night for 3, 4, 5, 7 nights, depending on where they came from. And then outside of the grass, on the outside premises, where they couldn't even see what was going on, there were thousands and thousands more in the streets. They shut down the streets. If you ever get a chance to go to that great country, which is poor in material wealth, but so rich in love of God, take the opportunity, go. But this isn't about Uganda. This is about you and me, and saying, how far would you be willing to go to worship God? What would you be willing to give up? How many blisters would you take on your feet? The Ugandan martyrs themselves gave their lives. Some of them were disemboweled. Some of them had their limbs chopped off and they were fed to the dogs. The executioners and the king, for many, they were given the choice of killing them in any way they wanted. So each executioner got to kill. And they would, I think of the one, I wish I knew all their names. I can go look them up, but I had his arms and legs cut off, and then they dragged him to the streets. They ripped his back up so that it could be shredded even more. Never turn their back on God. And it's funny because I think when these kind of things happen, the enemy expects you to watch and go, okay, 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 I'll denounce God. But what happened is that each subsequent martyr is actually strengthened to continue to go the extra mile. I'm not here judging you. Maybe I'm judging me. But it was very, very powerful. Had me thinking, how far would I go? Would I walk? I run 6 miles a day. Actually, I'm kind of dropping to 4 miles a day because I'm getting old and my feet hurt. And I got a toe that's always, always on fire. One toe. But that toe bothers me when I run. And I think, would I have been complaining? Would I have gone? Would I, when the excruciating pain comes on day 1, would I want to keep going on day 2 or day 30? And there's another thing, even though they speak English, right? So they don't just speak Luganda, they speak English. Never saw a person complain. I saw joy. And I saw praise and worship of God. So I ask you, how far are you willing to go? How heavy a cross are you willing to carry? Do you run from your cross? Do you beg God to take it away? You're not being judged by me or anyone else if you've begged God to take your cross away. But have you ever said, Lord, I'll carry this cross as far as I need to. I'll walk as far as you need me to go, as long as you stay with me. Give me the grace. Give me the strength. Give me the courage. Give me every single virtue and gift of the Spirit, fruit of the Spirit. Give me everything I need so that I can love you greater. I cannot wait to go back next year. We're actually going to bring a pilgrimage of people to go with us. And actually, I've never met you, but if you're interested in going, just put something in the show notes and I'll start making it public. But we are going to have a group of people from my church go, because the more people I tell about this, I already have a list of people going, I want to go, I want to go, I want to go. I would love to meet you too. Let God work with you. Let God carry you. Let God strengthen you, and ask God to help reveal to you just how far you would go for him. And if you don't think you'd go far enough, ask God for the grace to go that next day, that next foot, to be the best pilgrim that you can be from here until eternity. Because that's really what you're doing too. Just like these Ugandans. Each day you walk closer to your heaven, to your judgment day. You are a pilgrim for Christ. I, for one, can't wait to meet you there, and I know I will. We will have a knowledge of how we interacted with each other in this life. And I will hug you, and I hope you won't mind hugging me. And we're going to laugh and sing and dance and praise God together that we made it through this pilgrimage so that we can get to our holy shrine, which is temple of God, which will be God himself. Looking forward to that day. I'm Dr. Christine Bacon. Thanks for watching another Bacon Bit. And as always, before I tell you to live your life sunny side up, if you're willing to help me in this ministry, click on the link below, buymeacoffee.com. And thank you for those of you that have already given. Today was the first day I looked and I saw your names and I prayed for all of you. Thank you. Your $5 helps, your $25 helps, your $100 helps. I just want to go out and save souls. And you're helping me to do so. I love you. God bless you, and live your life sunny side up.